So this is Hefe. Yeah, he's 25 weeks old. He's not my dog, he's a buddy's dog. He has been free-shaped on bumpers and PVC pipes, but he's never gone through any formal NEPO-PO force fetch program as of yet.
Okay, so no formal program or not. This is fresh blood. Literally, you said that you picked him up yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, I've walked him a few times, haven't trained him at all. All I know is that he's lit on a marker and loves food. And his name is Hefe.
All right, well, you know, this is kind of your deal, especially with the first timer here, fresh blood. You kind of do your thing, and then I don't want to interrupt you while you're in the middle of reps and training. So,
Yep.
you know, just in between, or if you see a good breaking point to see if we have questions or whatever, I'll let you kind of steer the ship on this and just ask what comes to mind when available. But I'm going to kind of drift out here and stay out of y'all's way while you're actually training.
And if I see anything in particular that's notable, I'll mention it.
Call it out.
Yep. Let's go, Bubba. Up, up. Benefit of the sides.
Back to our point about the isolation table.
I'm getting him acclimated, letting him know that this is the game that we're playing here. Since he's never been on this table, it's very important. And what I was paying there was eye contact with me. So he's already demonstrating he's very confident, bold puppy. So we'll see what we can do. He's making decisions. Good boy.
You can see him anticipating. He's literally putting his muzzle in your hand and going directly for the treat.
He's starting to become more stable in it already. Haha, good dog. And it's okay to give words of encouragement. You know, they understand the inflection in our voice, and now I'm tightening up the criteria. Good dog. There, I wanted him eye contact on me. That became part of it as well. You can see when I start to hold duration, he's like, this was working. Like, what's the problem? Oh, did I run out of food? Yep, it's good. We can give him a break right now anyway.
So I think it's important, like, again, you just met this dog yesterday.
Yeah, I picked him up yesterday morning.
And this is the first session you've had with him.
Yeah.
And it was that quick to get him, like, I think a lot of people, when they start talking about, like, a muzzle in your hand, they're picturing, like, this is going to take forever.
No.
And it took minutes.
And you can definitely tell, like, he understands a marker and its meaning.
Right.
Typically, I would continue to build on the duration of him holding his muzzle in my hand. I'm going to do a little bit, but I want to, just for the sake of the show, try to get it to show in the incorporation of the second hand. I'm going to do as much as I can as quick as possible with him.
Yeah.
But normally this would be taking much longer.
So Hefe is like an example of, this is fresh blood. You don't know him. This is first session ever. And then, you know, we can take the other guy, the one that's been through this, and show all of it. But I think this is important to know, like, show that, like, this is what your first session can be if you go into it with a clear mind. And you've shaped the retrieve. He understands how to get paid. He understands his markers and stuff like that. That's why the development before this matters so much.
We're always showing them the answer to the test and preparing them.
Yeah.
We're not throwing anything at them that we're teetering on the horizon of, like, unattainable, right? We're always making it like, this is the behavior we want too. He's like, come on, come into me, motherfucker. Like, I want more. So you can see there, he had his muzzle on, not enough for me. I wanted more, and I waited him out. That was bad timing on me. He looked away, but it's okay. And another reason to have multiple ways to hold your equipment.
Right.
Good. I wanted him to go deeper. I just waited it out. And every once in a while, I do take a step back. Like, having little breaks in these training sessions is a mental reset.
Yeah.
They can get really stuck on, like, the robotness of being, like, go back and forth, you know?
Yeah. So let me add, obviously we're speeding this up for the sake of the video, right?
Yep.
At what point, like, when put yourself in the shoes of somebody else starting this. Like, are you coming into this and like the entire first session is just this? Then
the first couple of sessions is just one hand,
because you got to rep it enough for it to really hold. And while he's doing it, it's not conditioned at all yet.
No. Good dog. And see, effort there, I might end it there in a normal training scenario.
Yeah, take the win.
Yeah, like he wasn't in enough. He punched in, mark, jackpot, we're done. You know, someday he might come do something extraordinary. It's only 3 reps and you're done.
Yeah. Well, this right here, I mean, you don't have kibble in your food, in your hand.
No.
He is literally like
begging,
trying to engage with your hands to make you pay.
Begging.
Yeah.
You know. Wrong. He didn't give enough effort. I waited. I step away.
And then the opportunity for his food goes away. So we talk about negative punishment for this rep. Long enough for him to recognize, like,
let me try harder.
Yeah.
Wrong. And sometimes you have 100 great reps, and then he's thinking maybe,
how can I cheat it?
Yeah.
How can I do it easier?
I want to manipulate you. And that's where sometimes less is more. You jackpot on something really good, and dogs always remember the beginning and the end. They never remember the in between bullshit. Good dog. it jammed up.
Every time you add a mechanical device to training,
Yep.
they're great, just like launchers, but they're gonna act up.
All right.
I mean, this is a very enthusiastic hold, initial steps of force fetch from what you would typically see. Now you're moving your fingers into.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna see what he does. You know, this isn't the speed at which I would do it,
No.
but
just showing the steps.
yeah, and he's definitely like ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Wrong. That second rep, he was a little bit more accepting. Something to note: you don't want to be pinching his lips in between your fingers and his teeth. Baby steps. He was chomping, but he let my fingers stay in there. Haha, good dog.
That was great.
So he's not really applying pressure, but he's accepting my fingers in there, and that's okay. The pressure, the applying of pressure will come. He's you can tell he's panting a lot. He's really excited. When they shut their mouth, the pressure goes on. Perfect. Good dog. See how I shut his mouth? Made the panting stop. And that's when he applied pressure. Good dog. Perfect rep right there. Wrong. I'm going to end it on the next one. I could tell he's just getting a little tired.
Yeah. He's starting to look around a little bit more and.
Good dog. Very good, Bubba.
Jackpot.
Yeah, so I think he did fantastic. We really sped it up as far as the process, and he's a really nice dog, man. I could tell he's bold, he's confident. He's asking the question like, "What are we doing?
Right.
Let's rock and roll." So I'll put him up. We can continue with the steps with my other dog, just kind of showing where we would go from here. And then we might even see some more of him tomorrow or something.
So just to clarify real quick again, to reiterate, you're not going this fast.
No.
You're spending a number of sessions at each one of these, from just putting your hand in to putting your hand over the meat pocket, as you called it, to now the thumbs in there. But you're also moving the meat pocket around before the thumbs, right?
Yeah.
So like even though we moved ahead for the sake of the video.
Yeah, I would be here. I would be here.
There's kind of like step 2A, step 2B, right? Like there's little mini steps within that. So I think it's important for people to listen. Like, do not go at this pace thinking that you've done it or accomplished something. Yeah. But it just goes to show when it makes sense to the dog. Look at this dog's enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And then you build up with enough reps and enough conditioning, how it can become solid in the dog's behavior.
And he really invented it. Yeah. I didn't lure him. I didn't show him. I was just a dumb statue, and he eventually figured it out.
Right.
You know. So he's a good dog. All right.